What's up, everybody? Honestywithcomedy, Finding Faith in the Bible, Part 4. Hey, I got my grandbaby here. A little sick, y'all. So, duties don't stop as a grandmother. But no. So, when I last left off, right, I was saying how God created everything that we can think of that we actually didn't even know we would need. But that's how much He loved us, right? Thought of everything in advance. Think of your life, even your family. Now, even though I might have had struggled initially with my family being the only, girl, and my mom, she didn't have a mom. So it was a lot of things that I had lacked or missed out on as far as, learning things from your mother. I had to teach her some things. But she taught me how to be resourceful. I can tell you that much. She taught me how to do that and a lot of other things. And it was things that I was able to teach my mom. But ultimately, we come to love the family, that we are in or that we do receive. And then, like I referenced, the book of Matthew is, him sitting there with the tax collectors in his family, his household, and his disciples and stuff was like all conjoined. I feel like the Lord was kind of demonstrating a sense of forgiveness, trust, and He was teaching them how to love, and that ultimately what pleases God is turning, like I said, sinners to non-sinners, non-believers to believers, and so forth. And it was like His grace and His mercy. Like, just because you don't know them or you think or consider them bad or whatnot, that doesn't mean that ultimately they are. Just like them, they're of the world as well. And just needs to be correct. And then with His type of unconditional love and the way His heart and His mind was and the authority He had, He could have struck them down. He could have said, I don't want nothing to do with y'all, whatever. But that's not God. You know what I'm saying? He is a merciful, forgiving God. On top of that, in that case, He would have got rid of a gang of us. To this day, He's still forgiving. He forgive me every day. Because I ain't perfect. Yeah, I'm going through this process and whatnot, but I'm not perfect. But He's not looking for perfect. He's looking for obedience. Or am I available? Would I have the heart to be obedient? Look at this looker. You're like, yeah. I pray for this baby. She been sick. Cranky is all over. I can tell you that much. And look at her. Sitting here like a little prize joy. She ain't bad. But that's what I mean. So it's a lot of things that we can learn from the book if you actually take the time. I'm not now saying, because I recently started taking the time. That's why I'm trying to give and do what I can do right now today. You feel me? So I just want to do my due diligence. I want to do good in this world and in this life. I feel like God gave me a heart where He knows that any blessings, He placed upon me, I'm going to do the right thing. And in His, I used to wonder, what do you want with me? People don't listen to me like that. You feel me? Like, I ain't the most popular person either. But he judges us on our heart, which is how we need to look towards each other and one another. And then it's like, He liked the raggedy. He liked those. If you read that Bible, He not for all the rich and wealthy. I mean, He blessed them too, but He really likes to find people who just has a heart, or who the underdogs. How about that? I would consider myself an underdog. I'm not a bad person at all. I'm a person that really says to myself. But I'm also a person that wants to do good in this world and have a legacy. You got reasons beyond even your own immediate family. But ultimately, that's what we were created, not to just worship, but to do good in this world, right? I'm learning that. And I don't want to walk past somebody knowing that they in need for something. And if it is anything I can do, broke, busted, and discuss it, at least help. Asking them is free. I mean, I might hope they say, no, I ain't good. I'm good. Because I ain't got it. Well, I might ask them. Well, could you help me? But that's what I mean. And then for him to take the time to actually consider, not only, we talking about, okay, now God the Father loved us first. Loved us so much that he sacrificed. He created and sent his one son, right? Who you know really does that? And then the way the Lord lost his life and got treated, what can I do to serve you? Seriously. And you're still blessing people to this day. I rebuke the devil. You feel me? You can't have this one no more. Not my bloodline. You feel me? So, mama, I'm just trying to do right. I'm trying to help God advance his kingdom because, like I said, as we need to do what we're going to need to do for him, because what he going to do on earth as it is in heaven. And either you're going to be on the good side of that or the bad side of that, one way or another. So however my testimony can help anybody else, then the best thing I can do is put it out there. And that's what I'm doing every day now. He teaching me to get up and do something productive in life. It's to do something productive and good in life. Like, we have more to our life than we realize. But it's going to be hard for a lot of us to actually figure that out. What is your true identity without them? And honestly, it is the testimonies of others, and now taking it serious and listening to God and reading and studying the Bible, not only in the flesh but also in the spirit, because if you ask him, you will receive, right? But it's to awaken all of us. And like I said, being obedient is helping me every day. It's making me a true believer. And if it wasn't for the good graces, you hear me, and the mercy of the Lord, none of us will have no grace. None of it. So it's like, ask, what you doing? Doing something good for this world? Are you judging people? Because that's not what he does. With the tax collectors, that's what's showing us his grace and mercy. He wasn't. So I'm not going to judge nobody. I'm tired of living broke, busted, and disgusted, and with a void. And like I said, God honestly created us as a body of Christ. So we're all connected. We're all connected ligaments. And if we're not doing our job, the way we're supposed to be doing, then how is he supposed to accomplish what he is supposed to accomplish here on earth? It's not even fair. Who sacrifices a child? Who sacrifices their life for a whole species of mankind that won't even serve him, that won't worship? The reason why we're created in the first place. Like I said, and also, if he took the time to literally, diligently make sure that we are covered and we have everything that we need in life. Now, I said he made everything, in advance. I don't know about some of these freaky diggy products and services, you feel me? But that might be for the married. I don't know about the fornication kind. Anyway, you might have had a little fun before you, start thinking of the Lord. Anyway. But also, when you come to learn these different names and stuff about God, which is what I come to learn, he has like so many different facets and names about him. He's different names about him and stuff, right? So we talked about faith versus belief. So what I found was, if you talk about faith, if you call on, right, Jehovah Rapha. Jehovah Rapha is the Lord who heals. If you have faith that he will heal you, then you can be healed, right? But then if you talk about belief, we'll use the word God, who is I am, which is just Jehovah, right? And he is Yahweh, creator, self-existent, self-sufficient. That is, do you believe that that's who he is? So if you believe that God is Jehovah, Yahweh, then you have faith in calling on Jehovah Rapha, who is the God who heals. And if you're going through sickness and mutibu,
See?